What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time as a musician myself, and today is the return of both Limbus Company and Mili. We have the songs Compass from the channel Mili and Tian Tian, requested by Kevin, one of the resident Project Moon fans. I got a couple of contexts given to me. The first one is Canto 5 Final Boss Theme. The focus character for this canto is Ishmael, based on Ishmael from the American novel Moby Dick. I never read it, but I'm aware of it. And the other one is a final boss for Canto 8. Focus character is Hong Lu from Chinese novel Dream of the Red Chamber. Okay. Well, the Tian Tian one just came out a couple days ago. It's already at 2 million views. The only question I had before going into this is, I don't recall if I've heard Mili in Limbus Company. I've heard Mili in Library of Ruina. So, I don't know. We'll see. It's hard to keep track of some of these. It's been a while since I've heard Mili, but let's do it. Compass from Limbus Company. Looks like a bunch of Doug trios in the background. It's a ballerina? These are like three sounds they never expect together, and they're together. Is this building up for me? Oh gosh. This is so odd. Oh, the sea, Moby Dick, okay.
Clear cut, your evil's predefined. Your evil's predefined.
Oh, they have a Patreon. Project Moon. I can't read the rest because of the music. Cassiway and Yamato Kasai. Okay. Damn. I wonder if I would have caught any of that if I read Moby Dick. This is kind of an odd timing because I just heard, I don't know if I mentioned this in that video, but I just heard Portal 1 and 2's credit themes. And I think in those videos I was thinking of like, what does this sound like? This reminds me of something. I'm gonna have to check back that video, but I think it was this, because this sounded kind of like that. Just like that weird high vocal, not weird, but you know, just like that kind of strange. It sounds very personal, direct, like they're talking right to you. And I wonder if the like Project Moon like got inspired. I don't know. I don't know what I'm getting at. Like I wonder if they got inspired from Portal, because the sound of Portal's like credits have a very distinct sound that I haven't heard. And then now that I've heard this again, I'm like, oh yeah, wait, Mili sounds like that. And I don't even know how to describe Mili because it's like their own genre. And then I have to remember, because I never looked into it, if they are just their own band or music group, or do they just work for Project Moon? Do they always sound like this? Either way, like, I don't even know how you would describe that. It's very unique and very cool. And it's funny because just the other day I was telling my audience that I think Toho is one of the only games, that's kind of a broad statement, but I do feel this way, that Toho sounds like nothing else. Like I could hear a Toho song blind and just immediately, more than likely, be able to say that's Toho. I think I could say the same for at least something sounding like Mili. I don't know about game-wise, but there's really no confusing Mili with anything else. Cassie has such a unique sound, cadence more than anything, control of their voice. But immediately I was kerfuffled with this these sounds. It was like three things. It was her vocal cadence, that's, you know, that kind of odd speaking to me cadence, and then we had these guitars on the right side that sounded very 80s. It's just strumming, but it just had a very 80s sound. And then we had this kind of like industrial build-up keyboard thing that was just making it all electronic. So the whole thing just sounded odd to me, very uncomfortable in a cool way. But I think that's the whole point of, well, maybe both Limbus Company and Mili, but there's this kind of unsettling feeling all the time, and the music isn't really your typical kind of, you know, verse chorus thing. It's like, it's structured in such a way that it's kind of like a painting in a way. I don't know how to describe it. It's so bizarre. It's cool. Everything is cool though. Huh. Okay. Well, to the next one. I'm guessing these two characters have nothing to do with each other, considering they're two different bosses, but who knows? Who knows? But apparently, according to the submitter notes, that these are two based on two novels, right? Yeah. So is that just a common thing in Limbus Company? Bosses based on figures. This is Tian Tian from Limbus Company.
今天明天期待每天不需要永远阴天晴天无论
Is that her too?
哪天好心情
Singing, I mean?
无限啦啦啦噜啦
Yeah, nothing.
喂，奶奶你好吗？
This thing is stuck in my head, isn't it? Yep, yeah, it is. That doo-doo-doo part. Oh, bilingual. Really? Okay.
But I just have to enjoy it. Watch me take my step. My journey may be short and sweet.
You know, I may not understand this music, but I really do like it. Ooh. I just thought of something. I'll say it after. Lifelong party? What?
心本善，心相近，心相远。It's alright，梦难待。It is time, such is life。喂，奶奶，最近发生了一件
This is
非
Chinese.
常有趣的事，我讲给你听啊。
Right? Chinese novel, Chinese
奶奶
lyrics.
再见。不过我们今后应该也不会再见了，对吧？今天，明天，期待
Oh, dude, that sound is so crisp.
阴天晴天无论那天好心情无限 I won't pretend that I don't
Dude, if you're a fan of this, seriously go listen to Portal's credits music 1 and 2.
take in the weight each moment there's 无限
Ooh, dude, the piano, this is good.
fresh air so crisp water so
Crisp.
clear 无限
This might be the best Mili song ever so far.
Caterpillars dream, butterflies fear 永远
What?
So
Caterpillar's
what
dream?
if we
Butterfly
can
fear?
rise against the wheels of death? If we are always wrong,
Acoustic.
we can behold the sceneries, hoping that through my finder you'll find another answer. The world inside my heart.
Vocal harmony. Dude, this is really well done. I'm in shock.
Watch me take my steps.
Oh, I'm gonna be humming this all day.
Kindness leads my way. No detours, no detours. Someday I'll be jealous of me resting in peace. Resting in peace with a smile on my face.
This is so good. And weird. It's the only way I could describe it. It's a Chinese instrument, I think.
It's alright, Monday. It is time, such is life.
Okay, so it's the same people. Yamato Kasai. Damn, dude. Gosh, that was so catchy. That's gonna get stuck in my head. This is a song that I have to listen to way more than once. I have to like process it a couple times. There's so much to like here. And if I'm being totally honest, it kind of blew the other one out of the water. Not that I'm comparing them. I never really do that, but I couldn't really help it here. This is right up my alley. The music you're hearing in the background right now is a perfect example of this. In the background, I have Roll Me In from Katamari. And that was kind of the same thing. I got the same feeling. I was like, what the hell is this? This is so sick. I don't get it, but it's cool. And that's all that matters at the end of the day, right? If you don't have to have a reason to like something. You just like it. It's just, the universe says here, you know? And once you're in your 30s and stuff, you just stop kind of questioning things and just say, all right, that's what I like. So I feel, just a side tangent and just in that same thought process, things I think about all the time, like what I just said. If I was like 17, 18, 19 hearing this, I feel like at that time I would have been gaslit to think like, oh, this is whack, this is dumb, why do you listen to this? This is whatever, right? And that kind of goes with a lot of things I grew up with, just kind of like being gaslit to thinking what's correct and what you should be hearing and all that. And I don't know, I'm just glad I snapped out of that because who knows what I've been missing out on and all that. I don't know, just kind of a side thought, because I feel like in my youth, if I heard this, there would have been a part of me that was like, oh, that's really cool, but maybe I shouldn't like it. For no reason whatsoever besides just thinking that. Anyways, I'm sure most of you can relate. But yeah, that was great. That was fantastic. That had everything I liked. And there's still more because there's so much I don't get, right? What they were saying in the other language. I feel like I knew Cassie was bilingual. Maybe I heard that before, but I don't recall at the moment. Maybe. But either way, that was cool. See, this one was more on the, like I just said in the previous song, this one has more of a traditional structure with the chorus and the thing, whatnot, but it was done so well. The sound, like, recording process is so good. Who is it? That's Yamato Kasai. I need to look into them, because, damn. And what was the other thing I was gonna say? Besides roll me in. Oh, this is how I know I really enjoy this. Just the other day, another game. This game I just recently heard about like 2 weeks ago, and I've heard like 3 songs since. And they requested a long time ago though, which I feel bad for. But it's a game called The Caligula Effect 2. And it's this kind of, I don't know, it gets like okay views. Some people talk about it, but they all say they have this kind of like cult following for it. And I decided to start playing it. I have it in my backlog, and I've never even heard of it. No one talked about it, but the music kind of swept me away. The music reminds me of this right here. So that's kind of a good sign for Project Moon someday. Because if I keep hearing eventually like enough good things, it's gonna kind of okay, maybe I'll check it out. But it's not really like this, but what it is similar to is that it just wears this heart on its sleeve and just does the sound it wants. And I can tell that's what Mili is, and that's why there's millions of views, and that's why Mili is popular. It's because they just sound like nobody else. And I can only, if I have this much enjoyment out of just hearing the songs, I can only imagine, you know, like the tactile connection with like the controller and reading and playing the whole experience, right? I only have one tiny piece of the puzzle. So yeah, the whole Project Moon thing in general was just so fascinating to me. Lobotomy, Limbus, library, a lot of L's. So feel free to tell me whatever you want. Just be careful with spoilers, because I heard that these are kind of spoilers. Okay. Well, that's Tian Tian and Compass. I never read any of these books, so let me know what's going on. Do the rest of the bosses reflect novels? All right. Thank you to the requesters. Thank you to everyone you see on screen. I couldn't be here without them. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse in the auditorium later.